Okay, everything seems to be running okay. Let's just hope it stays this way. Restream chat is up. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Zeke. Welcome back to another Edge of the Empire. Relics of a Time Past stream. Sorry, guys, I've been up for 4 hours. I'm tired. This is probably gonna go a little weird. I'm not the only one who's tired. Not gonna name names. Sorry about the lateness. This will probably be no going into overtime. Real life shit. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So before we do force rolls, let's go ahead and get the everybody do the force rolls while we do the recap. So this time it's done by Tough. Take it away.
Hooray. Alrighty. Entry log. Rose. Rose will do for now. So, we finally made our way to our first port of call, Tanab. Agricultural, too much green for my liking. Not enough, well, killing. Nice change of pace, though. We all made our separate ways to obtain what we need. Hopefully, well, hopefully move on. The closer I can get to that mask, the better. Leo went to a library, odd for his kind. Ileana had her own thing to do, and well, myself and Desric went to find out some information about the next piece. To no avail yet. Markets were nice. Desric has kindly gotten us some good food, better than the usual on the ship. Cargo is already heading to the ship as we speak. Let's hope Leo or Pith understands what it is for. Find ourselves an officer as well. Stalked him a little. Somehow, with my quite outstanding movement among the people, another officer found me. Must be off my game. That officer had an urgency to him. I'm interested. Might find what I need. But I got caught. Not my day at all. Imps don't want trouble either, which is interesting. They like to cause as much trouble as I do. Regardless, Desric found the one thing that seems to catch his eye every single damn time. So, as all good people apparently do, we ended in a bar. Desric, as he does, then proceeded to get absolutely wasted and distracted, gawking at the Twi'leks. So pathetic in some ways. Desric even wanted to start a bar fight. I thought I was bad. As much as I am armed to the teeth and could probably take on, well, most of them, was not the best idea. He even called me a party pooper. What a waste of alcohol. Oh, he also said I don't have friends. He's not wrong. Moving on, encountered a Weequay, Wakesh, in the bar. Apparently, a nice dude. As usual, don't like the Empire. He is trapped planet side, it seems like. Until, well, Imperial patrols uh, finish up on a ship. Caught for smuggling goods. Could be a pirate, but doesn't concern me as much. His crew seemed like a lovely bunch. Love Desric and his drunken antics. Didn't want to also get caught up with him, so I asked the kind bartender to get rid of the incompetent fool. Didn't want to fuck this deal up. Thankfully, the Weequay, thankfully the Weequay told me of Todd, shady fuck in the corner. Apparently, he could sell me stuff for my sword. My list is somewhat coming together. Taggers and well, the stuff for the sword is just the start. The flesh camo set and the wrist rockets are soon to come. Not needed for now. Currently on my way north or east, outside of town. Meet him, pay for the stuff, get the taggers for. Well, let's keep that secret for now. Don't like people getting into my logs. But I do have to say, Desric as usual, not the best. Horrible drunk. It disturbs me. I'll have to stab him one day. Can't hold his liquor either. Leo, I'm still funky on. He works for the Alliance, therefore he gets paid by the Alliance. It's fun seeing that interaction with Desric. I may have to teach him how to use a blaster, or his fists, make him a bit more useful. Illy, on the other hand, Illy has a lot of trusted information of mine. Maybe a little too much. Her selfishness to her daughter is quite unfathomable, yet still persists. The artifacts are now her key to a free daughter. The reason why I left my family high and dry on Coruscant is that shit doesn't happen. Relationships are a rope, and love is a noose. She needs to be careful. The group somewhat trust me still. I don't know how. I feel like I've a bit of pain in the backside most of the time, but I can endure until I have what I need in my hands. Desric hopefully will not remember what I did to him. Poor dude can't use the Van Blaze to save his life, so just took one. Leave it to the professionals, kid. The woman, that woman, that, that woman in the hangar several hours ago. She looks unfamiliar, but something about her seems questionable at best. Don't like it. Let's get my gear. Hope Ellie can help me finish off the blade. Let's find the next damn piece of the artifact. End transmission.
Very cool. Well done.
I thought we were friends.
And you thought otherwise.
I always love Rose's perspective on things.
Yeah, that perspective usually sounds like murder, stab, murder, more stabbing.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's also right. She seems to be really trusted for some odd reason.
Alrighty, I'm gonna have to leave TTS for like 2 seconds because my game is being funky.
Trusted is relative. There's a certain robot who just shamelessly sold her out.
Well,
is
I'm
that.
talking about the living.
Careful now, GM. That sounds like droid prejudice.
Of course it is. I'm the GM. I can be as prejudiced as I want because the characters will never know.
Also, he said living.
And let's face it, a droid isn't technically alive, even if they are sapient.
Yeah.
Could someone please tell Illy that?
By the way, I did indeed find a map for Tanab. Very low res, like a 300 by 300, and I think it may have been from a Star Wars Galaxy map. I don't ever remember Tanab being in that game, unless
It was going to be, and then it never did make it, but the data files were there.
Ah.
Oh, that's like Buffalo in Tor.
Yeah, but Galaxies was vastly superior.
Well, that's what I've been told. But
Oh, I loved it.
similar.
I miss it.
Derailed. Moving on.
I'm sorry.
I sense bitterness.
Okay, so
The salt must flow.
yes, and in this case, it's a fucking waterfall. Massive. Okay, back on topic. Ileana has told Desric. He's had something to say, Jonas?
I just looked at the Destiny pool.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Okay. I was the only one that rolled light. Okay.
Oh, don't worry. You're all in good hands.
It'll all be over soon.
No.
No. This is Zeke.
No.
It's gonna drag on forever.
Okay, so because the port of call for landing on Snap was due to Ileana's choice, I let Lance determine what city they landed in and where Ileana currently is. But as he figures that out, the party split off in multiple different directions. Illy is way off in the middle of nowhere, apparently, visiting her father's place, taking care of some events there. Desric woke up in a cell with a friend, eventually. Leo was at a library. Where was Leo leaving after the library? I forgot.
He went to a droid mansion, I believe.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so-
That's right. And Rose, well, after having Desric be picked up by some kind security officers, she went to prepare for a meeting that would happen, an hour or two in the future? With some,
Yep, to get some things.
yeah, with some new friends, as Desric puts it. So, because of this unique perspective, the times when all these happen are going to be at different points, just for the sake of moving things along. Ileana's will take the longest for what she needs to do, not to mention what she's going through. Desric, because he's passed out and he has to wake up, his is going to be the second longest. I suspect Leo's is going to be one of the fastest, and Rose is going to kind of be right there with him. So, let's go ahead and start with Leo, shall we?
Alright. I figure the city can be somewhere in there, and then, yeah, she's up by the river.
Okay. So if everyone would please place their pieces right around there. Alright, so you left the library after speaking with the Bothan and picking up his gift for you. You gathered all the information you could, and you begin to walk out, and you're trying to find a droid factory. Or a droid shop. I believe I said that there is one really close to the starport. It's not going to take you too long, maybe 5 minutes walk. I believe you picked up in the afternoon when you landed, or around noon when you landed. So it's later traffic. It's getting in the evening. Mostly farming, but a lot of the shipments that were coming in are dying down, and most of what's going on is pretty much just local in this one little town, going back and forth, buying what they need, stocking some up at the freighters. All the incomes come in, now the export's going out, basically, is what's going on. So the starport is a little bit busier, but at the moment, no one seems to be going to the droid shop.
Uh-huh.
Luckily for you, you're on the same side, because it's one hell of a traffic build-up right there at the starport.
Oh yeah. I imagine there's an awful lot of vehicles going past. So yeah, I'm heading straight towards the door.
All right. You open it up and walk right in. You see a shopkeep, human, female, and there are a few other humans, different ages. The youngest seems to be maybe 16. Oldest seems to be maybe 21. The female who's running it is in her 40s. The youngest is a girl. The oldest is a boy. They're not technically dressed like farmers, but they're definitely dressed for the area. They are in, engineering outfits. They have some oil stains on them here and there. They have, their tool belts. They're ready. The girl is very quickly and very skillfully taking apart pieces of a droid, fixing up some insides and placing it back together. The brother seems to be doing logistics, as what you assumed mother is working at the register, seemingly taking care of orders and all that.
Do they have display models?
Display of
Or is
droids?
it-
Yes, but you look around and you get the sense that they're merely for decorations. This is more of a repair and refit shop rather than a whole droid shop. That said, they're probably going to have a lot of parts.
Aha, this is perfectly what I needed. He is going to step on up to the owner.
All right. It's not that she hasn't taken notice of you, but she is quite buried in the work. You're not sure if it's just, hey, you're a droid. She doesn't care, or maybe she's just unexpecting customers.
Okay. So yeah, he goes. Greetings. I'm in need of spare parts.
At the sound of you talking to her, she kind of quickly jolts out of it, not startled, but more surprised that someone's here. She turns and looks at you and is like, oh yes, spare parts. What type are you looking for?
Limbs.
Limbs. Are you a protocol model or a repair model? You seem to be an LE4 type.
Yes. As you well know, my model was both. But in terms of what I'm looking for, it is not standard to my model. I wish for something that is more, shall we say, flexible.
So modification parts.
Yes.
Okay. In what way do you wish to be more flexible, as you put it?
More precise movements. I wish to be able to react better, rather than the strength department. In my line of work, I don't necessarily need that.
So, movement, less on dexterity for hand-eye coordination, but more nimble to get around obstacles? Okay. I take it you went more in the legs than the arms? Let's see. Yeah,
Either or.
I've got a pair of legs. They're gonna look a little awkward on you. They're kind of an old model battle droid.
Oh, don't you worry. I have a keen mechanic that can fashion them in more of my appearance.
Okay. Alright, let me just check the stock here. We just got them recently. Like I said, they're old. Need to make sure they're a little banged up. Haven't quite got that checked out yet. If you would, step over to my daughter there. She'll take measurements and any other mechanical information that we need to make sure everything goes smoothly.
Of course.
And with that, she sets her pads down, puts them in a drawer, shuts it, sets a lock, and she's disappearing.
He's going to go step over in front of her daughter as instructed.
Yeah. And when you walked in, you realized that she is you know, doing this with great skill, great efficiency, quite adept on speed, and she is currently working on this astromech droid. The head is off, and she seems to be fiddling around with the rotators and a few connections. Her head is pretty much buried in that thing.
Leo is going to look at her and goes, "If you will, your mother told me that you would require some measurement."
Okay, just give me a quick sec. I almost got it. Ow! Hey, it's in. And she comes out. Her hair is a mess. Oil, grease is on it. She's got some oil stains on her face. And she sets the head back on, twists a few spots, turns it on. The astromech droid flares on. And she's like, okay, try the spin for me now. And you just see the astromech droid spinning one direction, stops, spins the other direction. And in binary it says, that worked. I can move my head now. Quite easily, too. Thank you. Not a problem. Now, excuse me, I got a new customer. And she turns around and steps up. Oh, wow. A nearly 4. I haven't seen one of your models in a long time. What type of measurements are we doing?
I believe leg measurements.
Alright, leg measurements. You're getting a new pair? Same model
Indeed.
or different?
Different. These ones haven't served me quite well.
Okay, so we're going to need to take a look at the joint attachments. If you would give me just a sec, this would take a bit. I need you to lay on that table so I can get a good look at the internal joints to make sure we got the right connections.
Of course. And he goes and sits up on the thing and then lies down.
Okay, so quick description of what happens as you lay down. She is uncoupling your leg right at the joint where it goes into your main chassis, and she pulls it enough out to where she can see inside, bolt joints, circuit joints, things like that. She takes some measurements of it all over. It's very thorough, very detailed. This whole process takes about an hour. No, it actually takes 2 hours. Because there's a lot of information she's got to go with. Her mother comes back. They're going back and forth. Connections, age difference, all kinds of stuff. And eventually, she reconnects it. Some time has passed. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and hop over to Rose real quick. So, Rose, it's, what did I say, about 1 hour for the meeting?
A couple of hours, but that time's probably passed.
Yeah, for Leo's time, what has happened in you has already happened. So we're going to wind back the clock. And you've got some time. Let's say about 30 minutes. Do you want to just head there and wait? Do you have another plan? Or was there something you might have been doing during this whole wait time, before right now?
No, I head there and maybe wait, I don't know, maybe like 100 or so meters away from the actual thing. And then when it's about 5 minutes-ish, I start walking up.
All right, so as you get there, it's just a little ways outside of town. You do see a shop, and behind the shop, leading outside of town, is a little shack. Whether or not they're related, you're not 100% sure, but the marker seems to be between the two, so not quite sure where it is. As the sun begins to set, you notice there is absolutely zero traffic here. But the town is abuzz. Town is just buzzing like crazy. You can tell there has been recent traffic, but this seems to be, the trucks and all that stuff coming into town, dropping off, and then leaving. So, maybe this is a perfect time after all. Comes up time, and you don't see Todd. You do, however, see an individual that was with them just kind of walking around, looking like he's on his data pad, but actually go ahead and roll a perception real quick. And for distance, I will give a disadvantage, one setback.
Yeah, that's not happening. One success, 5 advantage.
Okay, looks like he's just kind of walking around on his data pad, like something's wrong on his end.
I make my way slowly over to him. I wanna actually, yeah, I was just gonna walk to him and check around, make sure no one else is like watching.
Okay, that'll be another perception check.
Yeah, 2.1.
And you take a look around. It seems like it's empty. You just see him. You look at both the houses. There are no windows. There is obviously doors, but doors are closed. There is no way to look in or out through them at all. Bottom, cracks or nothing. It's the usual sliding doors of Star Wars.
Alrighty. I'll go up to him and I'll say, well, it's been the 2 hours. I'm here as requested.
He's still on his data pad, but you tell that he's not actually doing anything on the data pad. He's making it look like he is. And he doesn't take his eyes off you and continues his usual movements. Sounds good. Alright, the meeting place is just inside that little shack there. There's a door on the other side of this. Go in and take it.
She just leaves and goes straight there.
Alright. This door is an old-fashioned door. Knob and all that.
Yeah. Twist the knob, see if it opens.
Oh, the door doesn't open, but as you twist the knob, a sliding door to the side that looked exactly like, the wall opens up. And there's a light coming from in there, and inside you can see Todd.
Alrighty, I walk on in.
As you
And
walk,
make sure the door shuts behind.
it shuts behind slowly, and just the moment you pass through it, but it shuts. Welcome. A little early, but this'll do.
I don't like to keep my associates waiting.
Good business. Okay, so looked into some of those modifications you're looking for. Bit on the pricey side, but I think we can do them.
How much are we talking?
Well, with the camera and the modifications, it'll run you about 6K.
6K for the lot.
Trackers aren't exactly cheap, and not exactly the most legal of things. Bounty hunters can get them, yes, but so many tariffs to go through.
How many people are in this room currently?
Make another perception roll.
God, I'm gonna have to roll like 50.
You're the one making perception checks.
Yeah, balls 1.1. Not good rolls today.
You see Todd and the other person from the bar. He seems to be
All right.
holding, a suitcase or case of some kind.
And I want to see if there are like cameras in the room.
We'll use the same roll. Um, you do see a camera behind Todd. It is obviously not hidden.
Alrighty. Rose walks up, and I say, "Well, can I see the merchandise then?"
And as you say that, the gentleman that was with Todd sets the case down, opens it up, spins it around. Inside, you see the 4 trackers neatly arranged on the side, and you see a kit to modify your blade for a serrated edge. And what was the other one? I forgot. A custom hilt.
Uh, Custom.
Yeah, that's right. You were trying to
I believe it was
decide.
custom. Yeah, I think it was either custom or balanced, but I think it was custom.
And you see parts, multiple parts for multiple types of grips. Easily
Alright.
modifiable to customize it to your particular grip.
Interesting. It looks. Oh, there.
Honestly, the hardest part was the serrated edge. That one's definitely not legal.
I thought that would have been the most. Well, easiest to get.
Imperial world, Imperial sanctions. Not quite the easiest thing to get. Well, you can get an easy one, but the quality is generally low as they're homemade. This one's authentic.
Now I'm trying to find the bloody gear page in the Edge book. Ah, here we go.
Yeah, I kind of threw up prices that sounded more realistic, but again, he's bringing up the price because I create an at cost price, then I create the price they're going to sell at for negotiation purposes. So, because what was it, like 100 or 150 credits for a tracker? That doesn't seem realistic in the least.
175. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, God, that's just like chump change. Give me 200 of them.
I mean, yes.
It adds more weight. I don't know if you like it or not, but it makes sense.
I look over the things. I pick up one of the trackers, and I can tell it's like fully functional, ready to go basically. Whenever I activate it.
Roll your mechanics.
Oh fuck! What is my mechanics? Probably shit.
And it's only a 2.
Can't be good at everything. 2 success.
So I don't know if you've dealt with trackers. I haven't fully read your backstory just yet.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. You're more gut instinct. And simple. There they are. Let's go. Job done. Coming back. So you probably never dealt with these. Now, you have seen them used. I should have given you no. You've basically taken one out of a speeder before. And you get the gist of how they're used. So you click the button, it activates, and seems legit.
Alrighty. I deactivate it, put it back in the case, and I look at it and I say, 6K. That's quite a steep price for what's here. I imagine most of these is a lot more cheaper. 6K, I would have let you installed it for me. Pricing looks more like 3.5.
Roll negotiation.
To success.
He kind of leans back in the chair, arms crossed, stares at you for a second. 4.25.
425.
Well, you're a bounty hunter, so that would mean I'm not exactly selling you entirely legal goods. So it makes that a little easier, and definitely cheaper. Most people who come through and order these aren't on the legit side.
Get yourself a deal. And I go up to him and shake his hand.
He returns his shake, or your shake. It's like, okay. The box closes, it spins, and it slides towards you, but the guy's hands don't take off. Just need the credits, and we'll be done.
Oh yeah, I pass him the 4250 and all is good.
He takes them, does a quick count, nods to the guy, and he lets his hands go. The case is now yours.
Much obliged. I take the case and I move out, but I want to check like the entry point again. I just want to see if like cameras and stuff.
Well, we can either do another perception roll or still use your last one. Your call.
Okay, not a new perception roll.
Okay.
No, balls. 1.3.
There is a sensor, and apparently that's for the door, but whether it can do anything else or not, you're not sure.
Alrighty, I make my way out and make my way back to the ship. Yeah, I make my way back to the ship.
Well, as you get to the door, it's not opening. And before you get to say anything, Todd states to you, 1 second, we just have to confirm the outside is clear. Waits for a few seconds. Seems to get a quick comm on his comms device, which is in his ear. Okay, presses a button on his wrist. Door opens. And it was sun setting a little bit. Well, you weren't in here for maybe about 5-10 minutes. But in that time, the sun has managed to droop a little bit. And as you
make my way back.
As you make your way back, you do hear the sound of a vehicle start coming by.
I make my way into the nearest. Actually, I just keep walking.
All right. Okay. So you get across the street as this two hover vehicles fly by and immediately turn on their sirens. And they get around the house and surround it. They haven't seemed to have made you just yet.
Alright, they start surrounding the house. I try and slip into the shadows. Find like an alleyway or something and just make my way to the ship.
Alright.
Actually, no, I make my way to the bar.
Alright, you make your way to the bar, and on your way, you do hear yelling. And one more perception roll.
Nah, screw that. Can I re-roll that? I feel
What'd you
like I need to
get?
re-roll. I got 1.2. And
Your
I don't
call,
like
but that
rolls,
gives me a reroll.
Yeah, screw it. 2.2, it's better.
Yes, but my first roll, I only rolled 2 threat,
Uh,
and I rolled a 2-2 this time.
ooh.
I did ask.
Mm,
Now, the shouts are going back and forth. They're starting to get a distance away, and it's just scrambled. You really can't hear anything. But what you do manage to take off is that one of the vehicles seems to start up and is bolting it back to the city. At this point, we're going to flash back. Let's actually go back to Leo at this point in time. Desric hasn't quite woken up yet. So, at this point, the lady comes out, and she says, okay, we can fit these legs on you. The parts are, while they're old, are well maintained, definitely used. You're welcome to inspect them, but we can install them whenever you're ready.
All right, I will examine them.
All right, so she sets them down right in front of you. You're still laying on the table, but they're on the ground. Basically, if you sit up, they're right there, and you can inspect them. And it will be a mechanics roll.
That's what I'm going to do. Uh, 3.5.
So yeah, everything she said, you can see right there. They are used. They are old. They are very well maintained. They look like, she did say they're battle droids, and you can tell they're a B1, but they've never seen combat, these legs. So you're not quite sure if the droid they belong to just got lucky and never saw combat, or maybe it was built right at the end.
Okay. So Leo has seen these before. So he goes, yes. Narrow, which makes for a harder target in combat. Interesting.
You planning to do a lot of combat?
No, though the people that I work with tend to get in trouble quite often with, needle wells. But one thing that I can say about the B1 battle droids is that they at least moved around efficiently enough. Shame about their intelligence circuits, but what can you do?
Well, yours seem to be quite well. And these legs shouldn't exactly impair with that. though it may take you some time to get used to the new set.
Of course, as it is with any new part. Let us do this then.
Okay. Just to let you know, these will probably be about a couple thousand for the parts and the install.
Very well.
Okay. Are you going to deactivate and let them do this, or stay active?
Oh, I'm staying active.
Okay. The mother and daughter pair are starting to work, and your legs come off. They detach the wires and settings. So, however a droid would feel, a sudden numbness and the disconnection of their legs, try to place that. The whole process, they do seem to have to be making some modifications to the legs and a little bit to your chassis. Not heavily, but more like they have to bolt on parts, to make sure, in the holes to make sure, all that fits. Maybe a few converters for the wires, things like that. But does seem to be going smoothly. And this does take a bit. Pretty complicated switching parts between two droids. Now, let us swap back. Desric. So, you remember you were getting drunk, and you remember some weak Quay and some aliens. They seem friendly, definitely in Twi'leks, some pretty Twi'leks at dancing, probably wearing almost nothing like usual. Now you got a headache, you're groggy, you're hungover, but you're staring at bars from the floor.
Oh, Rose.
Well, hello, Desric. Wasn't expecting to see you here. How you been?
Huh? It's not Rose. Where am I?
In a jail cell. Can't you see the bars?
Rack. Everything's still a little fuzzy. Desert's gonna look towards the person talking to him.
How fuzzy?
I don't know. I guess I would have to make a roll.
Well,
How
you're gonna
hungover
get.
is Desert?
You're gonna get some setback to it, man.
Oh, of course. So am I making a perception roll or am I making a
It's
what is it?
resilience, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, probably
Well, he's
resilience.
not resisting the drunk effects. He's trying to focus and see.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could see a
Okay, perception roll then.
discipline, but even that's stretching it. So, perception
Maybe
roll.
willpower, like straight willpower.
Maybe.
Nah, I can see it as your eyes are either working or they're not.
Yeah. My thought is it's either resilience to see how hungover I am, or it's just a straight perception check to see how well my eyes are working.
Well, I can easily put the dice in there to show just how hungover you are.
Okay, then we'll just do a perception roll.
And a guitar is playing in the other room.
Okay, less hungover than I thought. 3.1.
Wow.
Well, you can see, but opening your eyes gives you a hell of a headache. And because you succeed, but you have a lot of threat left over, so that's the headache. You're going to get one strain because of the headache, but you're also not going to be able to see the person in it entirely. What you do catch is red. 2 red eyes. And a wide smile.
That's disconcerting. You said just the one strain?
Yeah, 1 strain.
Okay. I'm just leaving the one strain in there from last session when obligation was rolled, unless
Okay.
I have obligation rolled again.
No. For some reason, when I thought I grabbed my height modifier and set it to max, but I didn't, so the roll literally didn't go a full roll, and it just landed on like a high number. I asked in Discord for the audience, and they just said, yeah, screw it, leave it.
So I
Okay.
thought it had been triggered.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was quote unquote interesting, then
Well, I wasn't
keep
going
it.
to tell you what it hit or not. I was going to ask. It's like, hey, it
Damn it.
didn't roll well. Do you want me to re-roll or leave it?
Okay.
I'm not going to give you guys any information. You should know that by now.
Well, in that respect, I'd say re-roll it, but that's just me.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay. Jeez, who turned on the floodlights? Red eyes. Who do I know with red eyes?
It's actually quite dim in here, Desert.
Shit. Mirez.
Long time no see, buddy. How you been? Well, you're hungover, you're in a jail cell. Tells me a lot. You've been having fun.
Wait a minute. Is Mirez in the cell with Desric? Or outside the cell?
Rez is sitting on a bunk on your side of the bars.
Well, I'm guessing since you're on this side of the bars, you're not in all that different a position.
I guess that depends on your point of view. Empire and all. Not human. Glowy red eyes, they don't like that. Apparently, I remind them of somebody. Considering my race doesn't really come here. Quite surprising.
Speaking of your race, what are you anyway? You don't look like a Pantoran.
Well, at least you're cultured. No, my race comes from unexplored territory. Well, by you. Let's just say I don't see eye to eye to my kind. So, they are called the Chiss.
So what are you, some kind of exile?
No. More like property. Not quite a slave, but not quite free.
Well, that makes no sense.
Take it how you want it. Either way, what brings you here? Looking for that artifact as well?
Well, we had to start somewhere, didn't we? Ah, my head.
Yeah, but I didn't expect to nab. Didn't expect so soon. So how'd the businessman take it? I'm curious. Wasn't a complete artifact out of the way. Did he even know that?
Yeah, he knew that much, but he wasn't the one that wants it. I figured as much. Seems like one of his bosses in the exchange wants it.
Yes. That troublesome little Quarian. Viril.
Quarian?
Yes, named Viril.
I'm interested, Desric says, trying to stand up.
At this point, Merez hops down and attempts to help Desric up.
Would you mind throwing the Quarian's name in chat?
Okay.
Oh, duh. Yes, sorry. I'm saying that wrong as Leo corrects me. Quarian is Mass Effect.
Oh, very close in how they, yeah. Well, like I said, Merez is attempting to assist Desric.
Desric will take the assistance as he's not so sure-footed at the moment.
He sets you down on the bottom bunk, and he sits beside you.
Thanks. So, Varel, what? What's he got to do with all this mess?
I don't know what his interests are. Probably just another collector. Perhaps he thinks he can sell something to the Empire and get their favor. The exchange. Always playing sides. Just one big game for credits. They deal with
Well,
the
I
Emperor.
can tell you
they
they're
deal
no
with
friends
the
of the
rebels.
Empire.
Oh, the Empire does deals with them.
Not this deal, anyways. At least that's how the businessman tells it.
Nah. We're not interested in why. We're just interested in getting our stuff back.
Right. Say about that, it's a little difficult to do, artifact retrieval inside a jail cell. I don't suppose you can use your spooky multi-face thing to get us out of here.
Well, I could. But I want to be in here for a little bit longer. Someone of importance is coming by.
You want to be in a jail cell?
Well, I had to work at being in here. Granted, it didn't take much. All I had to do was be obnoxious to a stormtrooper, and yeah.
Right. Ugh. Okay then. Wake me when something interesting happens. And Desert's gonna try and sleep this off.
Okay, that's fine, but there's just one thing, Desric. At this point,
What?
At this point, he looks at you, quite serious. The top bunk's mine. We're not. This is non-negotiable.
Whatever. Desert flips over. Desert has clearly never been to prison and does not understand the importance of these things.
That went a little differently than I thought it was, but Desric is passed out. Rez is hopped up on top of the top bunk. Whew. What is Illy doing this whole time? I mean, obviously.
Oh,
what?
Sorry. Desert had one question. Does he have all his gear, or is he been stripped of all his weapons?
Your weapons are gone.
Yeah, figured as much.
Yeah, they're not going to let you keep that in a cell.
Hey, a guy can hope. I had concealed weapons.
No.
Yeah, but they got to roll to see if they find it. Either way, I am curious about something that sounded like Leo was going to say something when I made mention of Merez's past.
It'll take too long to explain.
Yeah, so keep that in mind, and I'll ask you later. Like I said, Ilyana. Obviously, she's dealing with family and some stress. Is there anything of note we need to know?
No, effectively just when she is finished laying her father to rest and burying the other ne'er-do-wells involved in that entire affair, she's going through what's left of the house, gathering supplies and whatnot. Anything that isn't destroyed / beyond use. So I'm not sure how we want to necessarily translate that, but I'm thinking basically like spare parts, unspoiled rations, that kind of thing.
Okay. All right. So
And I was debating whether she should salvage the family droid, but that was actually supposedly at their sort of um, company headquarters, essentially, which is not here. So
all right. If about how long do you think this will take? Like, well, until she gets back.
it's probably going to be pretty late in the day, but um, she wouldn't be looking to sleep anywhere except back at the ship. So she'd make the trek back.
Okay, so it'll probably be night by the time you get back.
Yeah.
All right, so let's hop back over the Rose. So, as Rose, you're coming up a road. One of the vehicles that stopped and surrounded that house just barrels past you. Again, doesn't seem to notice you. And you're heading back to the bar.
Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that I may or may not be being followed, so I'm going to head back to the bar.
You get back to the bar. A bit of a travel, but you're back at the bar. It's not quite as lively, but there are definitely no Imperials in here.
Yeah, I'm going to go sit down in one of the far corners, one of the more darker corners, hail over a bartender, get a drink, and then hold position, really. Make sure the case is hidden.
Alrighty. So, you can get a few people come in and out as you sit there. None of them seem to stay for too long. Maybe they meet up with a buddy, have a quick shot, and walk out. A few do stay, but they're on the other side of the room, pretty much watching and enjoying the dancing. If they would be looking at you, it would be very hard from where they're sitting because the bar itself blocks them. So that's pretty much just been you. What's been going on? How long do you stay here?
I stay here for a little bit actually. I have maybe a couple of drinks, but yeah, that's about it. I just I keep watching the room to make sure no security or Imperials come in and search people.
Alright. So, again, not too much is going on. At least not yet. So, with that, we're going to switch over to Leo again. Okay, so they're finally done. And they do a quick check over, make sure everything's all in all. And flip a few switches, poke a few buttons, and your legs are working. And the interesting thing is, they're not going to feel the same as your last legs, but your programming isn't quite understanding this. Not your like conscious thing, but more like your subroutines, what works in your body and all that, things like that. They realize something's new and they don't know how they work entirely. Obviously legs, but the finesse, the finer details.
I was just imagining him trying to get up, and then like the camera is like facing the table as he steps away from it behind it, and then he just goes straight down.
They quickly scramble, and this time even the young man runs over there, and they help you back up on the table. Easy does it. Wait till you get used to it to really start going.
Of course.
And what these legs will do to you is add 1 agility to your sheet.
No.
All
Ah. I'm not useless anymore.
right. He might be
Ah.
able to drive a vehicle now.
Yeah, he's straightening up, and he's gonna grab a hold of the table and then just sort of flex one of the toes in the feet, probably his left one. And he's going to go. My programming will adapt as it always does. This is much appreciated.
All right. Just be careful. Don't want you coming back with, broken parts when you don't need to be.
Of course, I will endeavor to keep my safety in check.
Now, is there something we can do about that, blaster wound you have in your chest there?
No. Like with some humans, the scars are, well, a signifier of character. This is mine.
Interesting way to put it. Well, you're, all fixed up. You're good to go. Just take it easy. I'd suggest, get used to walking before you leave. Just stay near the bed or something you can grab onto.
Yes, of course. In terms of price, I do not suppose that you could take my former legs into monetary value of what I was going to give you in terms of credits. I do not need them anymore, after all.
Suppose we can knock off a bit. They are a bit used. And with that blaster scoring on your chassis, it makes sense that some of them would have a few dents from flying. I'll knock off 800.
That is, yes, that is satisfactory.
Alright. So just 1200 credits.
Perfect. Before I leave and we wrap up here, I do not suppose you have a painting kit for droids, do you?
A painting kit?
Yes, for covering up markings and whatnot. Say if you need a repainting.
Yeah, I believe I got one around here somewhere. Be about 200 creds.
That'll do. Yes, I'll take it.
Alright. And she goes off, finds something, comes back. Alright, it's got a few different settings. It's full of paint. Just, it doesn't have too much in the way of variety. Mostly red, black, blue, and green.
Red is all I need.
Alright, she hands it over.
Thank you. And he's going to pop that in his bag. And then he's going to head off. Back to the ship.
Alright, you head back to the ship. Anything else you want to do while you're there? Or on your way or at the ship?
At the ship? Not right now.
Alright. Probably about... go ahead.
There'll probably be something when everybody gets back, but for the time being, not yet.
Alright, about this time, it's sun's starting to set, night's approaching. I'm assuming Illy's on her way back.
She is. And one of the things I forgot to mention, she also did retrieve some family pictures, essentially.
Okay. All right, with Desert again out, Leo on his way to the ship waiting for everyone else, and Illy on her way back solo. Rose. So, you haven't seen anyone that looks like they may be following you or anything like that, but around this time, some good time passes, and some Imperials come in. Not on duty, off duty again, and the moment they walk in, the mood instantly shifts. You got a mix. Some get closer to the Imperials, and, chatting them up, offering to buy them drinks, whereas the rest slink away.
Alrighty. I make sure the cases. Actually, I take the tracker. I quickly take the trackers out. Actually, no. I take the serrated edge kit and put it in my bag, and I'll put the suitcase like underneath, like near my legs.
Alrighty. Trying to picture this. I think I got it. Well, the Imperials, they sit down. They're around the bar. All the people who are, up there with them, the citizenry. They're I wouldn't say making a big scene, but they're definitely having some fun. Praising them. A lot of dirty looks are being flung their way from everyone else. There is a human who does seem to take an interest in you. He's not too far from you, actually. Like 3 tables back. Well, more towards the front. Also in darker areas. Roll a perception real quick.
I guess 2 success and a triumph.
Okay, so he's not looking at you directly. His face is sitting one way, but as the light shines, you can tell that his eyes are pointed directly at you. Particularly the fact that you were hiding that suitcase for a while, and then you pull something out and set it down. And between your legs, kind of hiding it further. But his eyes, he's watching you, eyes kind of cocked from the opposite, one side of his face, the direction he's looking. He's not looking straight ahead like his face would suggest. His eyes are more towards his left. And like I said, you see it when the light hits them. Kind of a gleam.
I keep tracking him, but I'm still like looking around and enjoying my second drink.
Not your 20th. Oh wait,
Not my
that's the wrong
20th.
person.
No, my second.
Anyways. A few more stormtroopers start trickling in. And, the party's getting louder and louder. And at one point, this table, they're flat, plastered, and they've been giving the stink eye to the Imperials all night. One of them just slams his glass on the ground and just stands up and screams, I'm freaking tired of you Imperials. Just coming around here like you own the place, enforcing everything, kicking out my neighbors. yada yada. He just goes on his rant. And basically, in the end, he just tells them, I want you guys out of my bar, out of my town, off my planet. Well, immediately these stormtroopers, or these Imperials, turn around. They're not armed, except for, well, actually they are armed. Little side blasters for personal defense. They seem to always carry those. They don't draw. But they turn around and say, sir, you're a bit drunk. Don't need to start anything. Not pretty sure you didn't mean that. We're not going to get you for treason for being drunk. Just sit back down, enjoy your drink. Next round's on us, or kindly take your leave. Well, at this point, a lot of the people who were slinking back, the more drunk folks start standing up. It's like, no, you leave. All this. It's going back and forth. The stormtroopers are slowly etching towards the door. The numbers are now too much for them to handle. They're not making a move towards their blasters, but Rozier, you've been in combat long enough to know, while they're not making a move, they're definitely putting themselves into the position to where if they have to move, they can react.
Shit's gonna go down.
Yeah, they can react fast, and they can start blasting. Now, their blasters have a stun setting as well as a kill setting, so you're not sure which is going to fly first. But there is a mix of human and non-human. Well, at this point, you do see the Weequay and his group, Wakesh. They're sitting over in the corner. They're drunk. They're grumbling. You could see in their eyes, in their face, they agree with what's going on, but none of them seem to be making a move. Possibly a sign of their actual intelligence. They may hate it, but they know when to stay silent. Unfortunately, this one Rhodian, closer to your side, further up, past the guy who's even staring at you, and all that, tosses his drink and smacks one of the stormtroopers, or one of the soldiers in the head. Immediately, the other stormtroopers pull out their pistols and just fire in that direction. It's just stun bolts, just going off. And the moment that happens, you'd figure with the gunfire, most people would panic and run. No, glasses, chairs, tables are now being flung at these stormtroopers. Wakesh and his group have ducked behind the stage, taking cover, whether they're trying, to avoid the brawl altogether or trying to say something to, hey, we're not involved in this, because they are in trouble already. They're sticking out of it, but right now, everyone is on their feet. There's all kinds of commotion, and the people who are around you, behind you, to the sides of you, stand up and rush past you. And I need you to make another roll. And what's it going to be?
I want to roll a stealth check so I can stay hidden amongst all of this chaos.
Well, you probably will, but make a vigilance roll.
Shit. What's my vigilance? It is okay. Uh, 3.3.
All right. Like I said, they're rushing past you. There's a lot of bodies, because all these people just seem to just congregate into one side, away from these Imperials, and they're brushing past you. Your drink is just knocked to the table. I'm assuming you're still sitting.
I'm still sitting, staying hidden.
Yeah, you're definitely hitting. No one seems to be taking mind of you. You can tell by the fact that they're rushing forward and bumping into you like they didn't even realize you were there, or either they just don't give a shit. But your drink goes flying across the table. You're knocked forward just a bit, but again, the table's in front of you, so you're not... You're not knocked forward too much, but your body moves and tenses up just enough to catch yourself. And they have rushed the stormtroopers. Stun bolts are flying everywhere. You get the feeling that the stormtroopers are now outside the cantina and the mob is chasing them.
Alrighty. I'm gonna stay for a bit and wait till like most of the people leave. And then I'm going to get up myself and then leave for the ship.
Alright, so you stand up, you reach for the case that you had, right?
Yeah, I would have made sure it was like, yeah, like not holding onto my legs, but like I could feel it against my leg. Yeah.
It's not there. When you tensed up, your legs move just enough. It's no longer laying against your leg.
People running out. Can I see if they have a case?
Make a perception roll. This one's going to be very hard because there's a frick ton of bodies.
I'm gonna use my touch of fate for this. A bit early in the game, but it's better work.
Why not flip a destiny point?
Good idea. Flip a destiny point to dark.
3.3, but I'm leaving 8 dark side for you, so no.
Ugh.
I already flipped one.
Bugger.
Oh no.
What was yours?
3.3.
Okay. So there's just bodies everywhere, man. You do catch a gleam of it, so you know it hasn't quite left. It's about to leave, but you can't tell who has it. And it is quickly starting to squeeze its way out the door.
I stand up and I guess I can see the hand kind of thing, like holding onto the case.
Nope. You just see an edge.
I want to see if I can like just hold on to the case and then like slowly drag it back to me.
It's well outside of your personal grip range, unless you take a specific roll.
Well, it wouldn't be that big, so how far is it away from me?
Medium light medium, somewhere around there.
Short, medium. Yeah, I'm gonna roll for that.
Too far for you to go up and get it before it leaves, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'm forced like trying to grab it and start slowly moving it back.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Nice.
That will get me 1, 2, yeah, long range, and actually I have pull. Shit, I have pull. I forgot about that.
You upgraded and forgot.
Yeah. Oh, technically it's still the same. Like I'm just gonna like get the case and then like pull it back towards me. Yeah.
I'm trying to, get the info for that specifically. Been a while since I looked at all the 4 skills.
I can tell you because I have my Force and Destiny book in front of me.
I got my book too, but it's in a bag.
Pull. The Force user can pull objects out of secure mountings or out of an opponent's grasp.
No additional rolls required.
No, it's just control, so I'm guessing it goes with the basic power, so
Yeah.
yoink.
Yeah, 4 light side? Yeah.
Yeah, yoink, alright.
You might pull a
Yeah,
guy
you,
with
you
it.
don't even need to get a base roll for that.
Don't need a roll for it. Just the force die.
Yep. Okay. So you reach out, you grab it. You don't know why you took it. The situation is just all gone crazy. And you have your suddenly it's just clear. Everything's just clear. Whether it's clear from, you know, good reasons or your anger focused you, I'll leave that to you. But
Nah, I'm angry. Someone took my bloody stuff.
yeah.
Don't take my stuff.
Yeah. You reach out, grab it, and just yank it back. And whoever had this apparently had quite the grip on it. And when you ripped it out of their hands, he went back, or the person went back, he or she, I'm using general terms. And a lot of the people who were, you know, behind them as you do this also come back with them. They're just like, everyone just tumbles over. Again, you still can't see who had it. But what you
I don't care as long as I can pull the case to me.
But what you do see is, as the case lands in your hands and you look up, the guy who was watching you hasn't moved just like you have. And this time he's not hiding the fact that he's staring at you, and his jaw is on the ground.
Alright, and the case?
In your hands.
Okay, I don't see the guy. I stand up with the case in my bag, and I go over to the guy that's gawking at me.
The moment you start making a move towards him, he bolts. You can see terror in his eyes.
Yeah. No, do what Rose does, not what Tough would do. Do what Rose does. I want to like pick him up and then bring him to me with the force, not by like physicality.
Roll. He's a silhouette 1.
Fuck. That's yeah. Nah. I'll leave it. I won't do it.
You panic. For whatever reason, you weren't.
I do slightly panic, yeah.
You weren't suspecting it, and your focus just dropped. He bolts. You reach out and you grab him. You see him tug back, and he looks back. He's starting to. He's got a terrified face. He's screaming bloody murder, and he just flies through that door. You swear he grew some wings, and I mean, he just crawls up over these people and goes out the door on the top of their heads. I mean, just he's out. He's crawling over everybody. He's no longer caring. And you can still hear him screaming. But at this point, the group of people that fell down at the door are completely blocking it now. Everyone's trying to get up. Everyone's trying to get out. Looking around. What the hell just happened? Stun bolts. You're still hearing them, though very faintly now.
Yeah, I make my way to the side of the door. Like where the entrance is, I want to make my way like a few meters to the side and wait till it a passage opens up, and I'm just going to walk through and head back to the ship.
If you're going to wait politely, it's probably going to be a bit, because everyone's now so confused of what the hell just happened.
Nah, screw this. I'm pushing through. I'm going to push through as best I can.
You push through. Maybe you show your sword a bit. People start backing up as you go through.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I show like, some of the sword, and then I like sheath it again and just walk out and head back to the ship.
All right. You make it to the ship. At this point, Illy, you arrive. It is dark. Let's say Illy arrives 40 minutes later. So, unless Tough, you have something to do while at the Skylock, or say to Leo or Doc.
I'm gonna wait for Illy to get back and
All right. Well, yeah, she does. At least as far as getting back into town. I don't know how they're going to handle the return of the speeder after hours.
There is an automated thing there for returns at this time of night, manned by a droid.
All right, cool. So I guess, yeah, first order of business, if she has too much stuff to really carry by herself back to the ship, she'll take the speeder back to the Skylark and take care of that first.
All right, repeat that. I was kind of looking at chat real quick.
Yeah, basically, if she has too much stuff to really reasonably carry by herself, which she's had some time, she probably does, she's going to swing by the ship first, drop that off before returning the speeder.
Okay, so Leo and Rose, you see her, Ileana go there, and she seems to be dropping off some stuff. If you guys want to say something before she leaves.
Yes. Leo is looking between the two, and he goes, "Well, if you two are here and I am here, where is the captain of the ship?"
Yeah, I was going to make mention of that. You do remember that Desric went with Rose, and Rose came back by herself before Illy came back. So I forgot to ask what Leo may say.
And
Well,
before
we can-
Desric and Rose went to the bar, Desric informed them where they were going.
Well, this is what Leo is asking now, given both Rose and Diliana are there.
I don't know. I thought we went with you, Rose.
Desric. Oh. Slight problem.
She kind of looks over towards you and folds her arms.
There always is.
Problem?
The imbecile likes to get drunk, doesn't he?
Yes.
He got too drunk.
Too drunk.
He got pulled out by security, and when I went outside, he was not there.
You can kind of see her gritting her teeth and just. All right. I'll be back. And yeah, she's looking none too pleased as she marches down the ramp.
Suppose I shall check the law channels, security channels, see whether someone has matching his description has been taken into cells for the evening.
All right. I'll make my way there. Let me know if you find anything, please.
Will do.
Alrighty. And with that, we're going to take a 10-minute break, okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tough,
Rose,
you were late. Why are you celebrating a break?
No,
Oh.
I'm just celebrating that I just lied to basically the party about Desric.
And no one called her on it. You and Desric are gonna have words later.
Well,
I mean,
Does Desric even know?
does
that's
Desric would know? Yeah.
Actually, that's probably the worst part. Desric probably has no clue.
yeah, that's kind of the thing. Right now, no one has any reason to question it because you are known to drink. to access.
And my job here is done.
Okay. Break time. Back in 10.
Okie doke.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Back. It's almost a shame Desert wasn't put in one of those communal cells they have for drunk people sometimes in police stations.
Yeah.
Because I'm just imagining Desert being sat on one of those benches and there's like a big burly, like a Qualish guy that's drunk leaning against him.
What's that?
I was saying how it's a shame that Desert wasn't placed in one of those communal cells. You know, like that they put drunk people in. You know, like with just the bench and the what is essentially a bucket in the corner. Because I was imagining Desert having to sit on one of those benches with a big burly drunk Aqualish leaning against him. The Aqualish
Yeah, I
are the
know
big
they are.
walrus people.
Yeah. He doesn't like you.
Yeah.
I have to say that I agree, but also it's Desric. I'm sure there will be other opportunities.
Probably so. There was, I, I think it was in Doc 2 where there was some reference about where you, where one character was going to him saying, like, do you go around the galaxy just being arrested and being put in dungeons all the time? And he goes, well, that's one of my specialities.
In Desric's case, it's I can negotiate my way out of anything. In theory, maybe. Not so much in practice.
Overkill's back.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I may have to put some points into deception one day.
So far you're only deceiving the PCs, which we don't generally roll for, so
That is true.
Okay, so everyone's back now?
Yep.
I'm just catching up on chat. Okay. So, Illy, you're going to local area, prison areas, whatever, stations, see if Desric's there. Leo, I assume you're looking for someone who, fit Desric's description. Rose,
Yes.
I assumed you'd have the biggest smile on your face if it wasn't for the fact that one guy in the bar.
Yeah, I'm giving a good old smirk, but I'm not going with Illy or checking with Leo.
Is there anything else you three are doing?
Ellie is, basically. I don't think we had too many security officers, right?
3.
Okay, so yeah, she'll be checking in one at a time.
Yeah, each of them isn't occupied much. It's just location for convenience.
Okay, yeah. Well, she'll start with the closest one and go from there.
How many security buildings are in this city? Do we
I
know?
said 3.
Right.
Yeah, it's local security. There's only 3, and it's more each of them. You staff at one, you staff at all. They're just located each in the area for convenience. It's a bit of a large open town. Sometimes they got to be at multiple places and have multiple fallback locations or backup locations, things like that.
Oh yeah, it's just a thought went through my head, and I'm just like, that might not be a good idea. So yeah, I'm just basically just going off desert description without trying to alert too many alarm bells.
All right. Or your computers.
Okay. As a side note, Leo is going. We need to give him a false identity at some point.
Okay, I flipped a destiny.
Well, okay then.
Gotta give you guys some destiny points back.
Yeah, no, I was looking at my dice roll and I'm just like, that's the worst roll I could have done.
Well, I used the destiny points, so unless you use your talent, you have to stick with it.
That's what I'm considering. I'm just like, is this?
Or the green's part of it, or just 3 yellow?
It is the swan green over here. This one isn't part of it.
Okay.
It's just this. So that's 1.6. I'm going to say screw it and use my talent to re-roll this.
That allows me a reroll as well, right?
Yep.
Better.
Yep.
3.3.
Well, you pulled the tough. First roll, only threat.
Wow. Okay.
Alright, so
For the record, that is what this maneuver shall forever be known as, pulling a tough.
Reroll something that's already apparently good, and it's only one success.
That is the tough maneuver.
I'll accept that roll.
Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Trust in the die. It will tell a
Never
good
trust in the die.
it'll tell trust in
Yeah,
the die
never
to tell a
trust in the
good
die.
story, even if it fucks you over.
Yep, apparently.
Anyways. Thank you for burning that skill, by the way.
It's fine.
Anyways, as you go through, you go through before you get really to searching hard. You quickly pull up the list for recent entries, particularly of low level things, maybe just drunk and disorderly or whatnot. It pops up, and you get the feeling that this is more of a common occurrence than you think. Major spaceport for exports, primarily. Not so much for imports, but exports. So definitely get a lot of spacers. Sometimes they get separated and they gotta find their friends before they leave. Maybe. But you got the registries going up. Unfortunately, there's no narrow down search. So you're going through photo by photo by photo by photo, and a lot of them are just literally slumped over on a bench as best as they can get them with a picture.
Yeah, so given the fact that there's just so many, Leo is going to give up and instead go and start designing Desric's false identity.
Okay, walk me through how this is going to work.
Basically, Leo is going to essentially work him up a sort of spacer background from some sort of minor transporting outfit that no one has ever heard of. And he is going to end up uploading that to the HoloNet so that if anybody searches for him, it's basically going to make it appear that he is not Desric. This will come in the case of him needing to alter his appearance somewhat, but that is a discussion that is going to come up later on. Essentially, Leo is trying to make it so that if Desric ends up in the wrong hands, he can quite easily pass off as somebody else.
Yeah, but consider unless you're going to finalize all of it and try to force Desert to take, the visual change, and you're going to choose for him. I need to know if we need to roll now or later once you finalize.
It'll be later. Later. Okay. I'm just designing it right now.
Okay, so because it's going to be a later finalization, we're going to skip the roll. You're working on it. Though we will do a quick computer's roll to see how fast it takes.
Now it gives me a decent roll. 4.3.
Okay. There's a lot of background to cover. Nitpicking. Leo's definitely an OCD when it comes to data and all that. And it's got to be convincing. So you set to work. It's going to take you a while. But you can get a lot of it down. You just need a few finalization things from Desric by the time, hopefully, he gets back. Maybe at the end of tomorrow, fully finalize everything. Now, with that said, one second. With that said and done, Desric.
I'm sleeping, Emrys.
You get the sense you may have been injected before you came in here, because a lot of that drunk feeling is going away. Not as powerful as what Doc gave you that one time. The headache's gone. You're tired. But it's not that groggy, hungover feel.
Yeah, unless Desric like finds an injection site, he's probably not gonna think he was injected with something. He's probably gonna think he's just getting better at being a drunk.
True, but it depends on how much he remembers from the first time he got drunk around Doc.
True enough.
Either way. Desert, you need to get up now.
Huh? What?
Yeah, your little friend, the little girl, Rose. She's in deep trouble.
Oh, great. What does she do now? And why isn't she here?
I have no idea. She's in this city, that's for sure. And she just broadcasted herself over a large distance. And unlike the last 2 planets we've met at, there's nothing here to really slow that down. You're gonna have...
Oh.
I felt it, and you can definitely be sure the Imperial Bloodhounds just smelt it too.
So are we breaking out of here now?
Well, that screws me over. Your friend first, after all. I'm trying to keep you in good graces here.
Yeah, friends don't abandon their friends. Where the hell did she go?
You're right, friends don't abandon friends. And I have yet to abandon you at all. Excuse me, guard. Shut up! I have a few credits. Quiet back there. Don't want to do this. Oh. You will come back here and open the door. I'm going to go open the door.
Wait, what?
You see the guard come up with the keys, just opens the door, and kind of stands there. You will let us leave. You're free to go. Charges drop. Get out of here. You're the man, Desric. Let's go.
You so have to teach me how to do that.
Well, that all depends on whether you have the talent. Either way, come on, let's go. I just broadcasted myself as well. It's about to get a hotbed here. We have to leave.
Right. Where's our stuff?
Up at the
Fancy
front.
running around unarmed.
It's up at the front. Come on.
Right behind you.
He begins to walk briskly. You've seen this guy. He always seems to put on this smooth, kind of cool, cocky sense to him. Like he's in control and nothing ever goes wrong. This is the first time you've seen him more focused. Completely different person. But not scary. Just he knows what he's doing and he's going for it, and well, he's doing it as best he can. And he gets up to the locker, opens it up, presses the one for another locker. Alright, your stuff's in here. Got my stuff here. Pulls out.
Desric's gonna go through his stuff and notice there's only one van brace.
Yep, everything's
Hey.
there except for that one van brace.
Where's the other one?
The other one, what?
There's supposed to be 2 van braces.
Maybe you dropped it when you were drunk. Look, I'll buy you another one. Right now, we gotta go.
Right. I don't suppose you know where Rose is? Wait, never mind. Let's make this a lot easier. Desert picks up his comlink. Rose, what the hell did you just do?
No response.
Desert's gonna then calm Illy. Illy, are you with Rose?
Now she'll answer, no, where the hell are you?
Long story. We went drinking. Rose left me. And, well, I met up with one of our old friends. It turns out Rose just did something colossally stupid.
All right, we'll deal with that after. Where are you?
At this point, Desric, you suddenly see Mrez look like he just lost his balance. He was standing perfectly fine, and then it just... Whoa.
Hold on, Illy.
We gotta move. They're on their way. They know we're here.
Illy, get everyone to the ship. We are leaving. I will meet you there.
Oh, for fine.
Remember that thing that Emrys warned Rose about doing?
Yes.
I think she did it. That friend I mentioned is Mr. Blue himself. And according to him, Rose just called down hell on us.
Wait, he's there with you now.
Yeah, we're leaving the precinct now.
Oh, lovely.
Get to the ship, Illy. We got to get out of here.
Okay, what if you have issues? I mean, if you got into some kind of trouble with the security forces, they're not just going to let you go.
Well, it turns out Mr. Blue can just tell someone to do something and they do it.
What?
I don't know. Ask Rose about it when we get off planet.
How about I ask Marissa about it when you both get back to the ship?
Fine, we'll meet you there. Emrys, come on, my ship's waiting at the starport.
Alright, good. My ship's not here. I'm the only one in my group here.
Well, then I guess you're hitching a ride with us. Come on.
Ah, good. Quality time together. Bit of his, old character seems to be rushing back. I'll follow you.
Right. Desric readies his blaster, puts it on stun, and then puts it back in the holster.
Alright. And as you come out, you've not been in this part of the city. You don't know where you're at. You do have a map, though.
Oh, crap. Fastest way to the starport? I guess I need to roll streetwise for this.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yes, Desric's kind of talking out loud as he's saying this.
Well, we're in the southwest part of town. Starport's northeastish. Not quite the edge. We're on the edge. It'll take us about 10 minutes walking. 4 minutes hoofing it.
Okay. Can I use my shortcut to get there faster? I have an ability called shortcut.
Read that for me.
It says during a chase, add 1 bonus per rank in shortcut to any checks made to catch or escape an opponent.
Yeah,
I
this
guess we're
isn't
not
the chase.
escaping yet.
You can still make a streetwise when you look at your map.
All right, I'll make the streetwise check.
Was your comm open when he mentioned which way you guys were?
No, Desric had hung up comms at this point.
No, that's a shame. She has a speeder.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that.
Des probably
2-2.
wouldn't have noticed that.
Too late now.
Yep.
Okay. So, you plot a path. It's a good path on your thing, on your phone, or your data pad. But as you get there, you quickly find out that while it's night, traffic seems to have picked up quite a bit. There's a lot of commotion, and Imperial presence is now heavy. Every direction you go seems to be blocked. You have just added on 20 minutes.
Desric's going to get on comms. I don't know what... on comms to Illy. I don't know what Rose did, but the imps are crawling all over this city. It's going to take us a while to get to you unseen.
Okay, I'll say this again. Where are you?
At this point, Desric and Illy, you hear it. Citizen, say where you are.
Is that on my end or his?
This is on Desric's end. Illy, I assume you went back to the ship.
Yeah, she was en route, but I don't know how long it took her.
Desert's going to leave the comm open. Of course, officer. Not moving.
As you turn and look, you see 5 Imperials walking towards you. One of them is a commander. The 4 fall in line behind the commander as they walk towards you quite rapidly. Guns are drawn but not at you, at the ready across their chest. And the 4 stormtroopers surround you as the commander starts walking towards you. Whereas hands are out and a bit up, and he's behind you. You hear him whisper, "I'd rather not use that ability again."
Understood. Desert's kind of got his hands down in a non-threatening manner away from his blaster.
I need to see your identification. Both of you.
Sorry, officer, what seems to be the issue? Desric starts to reach slowly for his identification.
There was a brawl in the local cantina. Citizens uprose and started attacking Imperial soldiers. We're just double checking, make sure you are who you are, and get you to safety. There is a bit of a riot.
Ah, well, in that case, you'll be quite pleased to know who I am. Desert produces his ID. Desric Milan, if you would please escort me to my ship.
He takes the identification. He looks up at you, looks down, up, down. Mr. Milan, I'm going to need you to come with us.
Again, my ship would be preferable.
Mr.
Commander.
Milan, this is not negotiable. You need to come with us now. At this point, the stormtroopers, they still haven't raised their guns at you, but their stance is now suggesting ready.
Very well, Commander. I assume my friend can be left to go?
We'll check his identity. Actually, roll your charm real quick.
Charm is okay. Really, Commander, if you know who I am, you know it would be best not to interfere with my business. Please allow my associate to return to my ship.
What was the roll?
2.2.
The fight was started by mostly non-humans. He'll come with us.
That is unfortunate. Very well. This way, Michael.
Yes, sir. And he kind of whispers to you. Yeah. Have you forgotten the Empire's searching for you?
No, they're more than just searching for me. They know I work for who I am and what I work for. But I thought the captain might have pulled some strings to make it easier for me to move around.
Maybe. But, like us, he probably thought you blasted that one ship off as a decoy while you escaped on another. Which, you kinda did.
Not by choice.
The two of you stop talking.
Okay, so Desric stopped talking, but just as a side note, Desric has left his comms open this whole time.
Okay, on that note, has enough time passed for Illy to get back to the ship?
Yep, considering that she was on a speeder.
Okay. In that case, she's going to go find Leo right quick.
Leo is in the pilot seat.
Leo,
Yes.
Desric's in a bit of trouble. Can you still track his comm and tell me where he is?
Of course I can.
He's under Imperial escort. Again.
This is becoming habit.
Yes, and the best part is our friend Mr. Merez is also there.
Oh, any other news whilst you're at it?
I'm sure there'll be less bad news the more time goes on, but
Do not say that.
it just seems to be the way things go.
And then they get worse again.
The sooner we can get him to the ship, the sooner we can get out of here. And from what Desric was saying, that is preferable. Apparently, Rose has been attracting a bit of attention.
Then, if Desric is having a hard time getting to the ship, he turns his head slowly to look at her, and then flicks on the engine.
You're suggesting we take the ship to him?
Of course.
All right. As long as we are not leaving them behind.
I cannot promise that the thought didn't cross my mind, but this is his ship.
All right. Let's go get him.
All right. Leo is going to send a message over the internal comms on the ship. I would advise you find somewhere to sit and strap yourselves in. The Empire has arrived.
I calm into Leo. I'm like, what do you mean?
The Empire has arrived and has taken Desric hostage.
Oh, not a. Alrighty. And calm goes off.
Real quick, the outside hatch opens.
Of the ship?
Yep.
Whilst the engines are about to flare.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that's... Yeah, it's at the side. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, no. I was just like, the engine, the hatch is opened whilst we were just about to take off.
Yeah, the hatch opened up.
I come to Illy. I'm like, Illy, check on the hatch.
Well, right as that comm's going off, you hear, "Wait, why is the engines going on? Were you just about to leave me?"
Never mind.
Oh, thank goodness.
And the hatch goes
No,
back up.
Pith, we weren't going to leave you. Good timing.
What happened?
Desric is in a bit of a trouble
Oh,
Again.
not again.
with the Empire.
I would advise you find a seat. Quickly.
I'm going, but I've got a lot of sensitive material to store away. If it breaks, that's a lot gone. And it just mumbles off.
Be gentle, Leo.
I will do my best.
Jerks the
Thank you.
ship sideways.
Alright, planetary piloting.
What point for it?
Let's see that roll of yo's. It was 1 yellow, 2 greens.
2 green. Yep.
Well, considering that piloting does not take your legs here.
Well, technically, but I should keep my mouth shut.
Okay, so what was the total for?
1.3.
Oh, 1.3?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Leo's ever flown a ship, has he?
No.
No.
But there's a first time for everything.
Oh dear God.
First time for everything.
Yeah, remember the last time he tried to drive a speeder?
I was gonna say, may this work out better than the speeder.
Well, with the speeder, generally when you hit the button for, you know, the repulsors to kick off, they're all pushing down at one time. And you took that thought into this one and didn't realize there are two sides, so you can control the pitch and the yaw, so one side of the ship goes up, the other side doesn't move, so the ship is on its side.
God damn it, Leo.
Leo, if you crash my ship, I will end you.
Apologies. I have some new parts that are in need of calibration. One moment.
Alright, I guess don't use those parts. I'll help you take care of that later.
I'm gonna head up to the cockpit and.
You're walking along the walls to do this. And
Oh
once
yeah,
you,
I'm running along the walls.
yeah, and once it comes to the whole, you know, you're in that circular area. You have to climb to get into
It's fine. I'm good
Ellie's,
at that. Yeah.
Ellie's
I'm just, like,
holding on to
climbing
the
up.
chair.
Yeah. All right, if you want to try to get out of there, it's another planetary piloting roll.
What do we need?
Planetary piloting.
Are you kidding me? You kidding
No,
me?
I'm gonna go up. I was gonna go up and assist.
Just hang on, we're dealing with the roll first.
This is even worse because this yellow one was almost a triumph, and it like sat on its corner for a second with the triumph on its face, and then rolled. So it went to an advantage instead of a triumph.
Ouch.
Oh,
But that's the same
God.
roll.
Okay.
I should ask maybe to re-roll it.
He's already done that.
That was the re-roll.
No,
This
that
was
wasn't a
his
reroll.
second roll.
You know what? No. Yeah, I'm gonna take the reroll.
Yeah, I'm gonna like climb up and then get into like the seat as best I can, and then help Leo out. So.
Well, the
Never
so
mind. Never mind. No, never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Ellie
I'll
is
jump in.
basically hanging onto the chair that you would be trying to climb into. So
Okay, what?
Climbing over.
4 success.
Four success, yes.
Okay, so you figure it out, and you engage the starboard side thrusters, slightly weaken the port side thrusters, so you know, get up. You clip the side of the hangar bay. Did parts fall? But the ship is out of the hangar bay.
All right.
The ship now has a dent in it.
okay.
It's a YT. Nobody's gonna notice.
Add
But yes,
one
I'm
system strain to the ship.
I'm gonna pilot it towards Desert.
Okay, Ellie's gonna sit in the other chair for now.
I take it Rose sits in the back seat.
Yeah, considering Illy's kind of in the way.
Who's driving?
It's fine.
No, it's not. I just dropped the back to tank. Or back to canister.
Should be a smoother ride from here on out.
It's better be. I don't have too many more of those left. So at this point, Desric and Mrez has been led on by the stormtroopers. You're being led outside the city. And Leo, you're tracking them in the ship. You start getting close to them, getting above them. Desric, you are hearing the engine. An engine you're starting to quite get very familiar with. You know it's a Carillion engine. There's no way you'd ever mistake a Carillion engine. But in this case, you've heard these enough. It's the Skylark.
Ah. Emrys, or Michael,
Yeah?
things are about to get interesting. Commander, if you would allow me to pause for a moment, I have something in my bag I believe you will have interest in.
He points at one of the stormtroopers. The other stormtrooper literally grabs your bag from you.
Okay, calm down. Just careful. And Desric will nudge Emrys. There are 3 items of interest in that bag. My associate can activate them for you. And I, just, again, gently elbow Emrys, hoping he'll catch the drift.
He whispers softly, yeah. Again, I really wouldn't want to use my talents and give him more of a pinpoint. Fuck it. What's in there? Above board.
3 grenades, a stun grenade, and 2 frags.
They're in engaged range to you two.
Yeah, that's why Desric plans to dive the instant Emrys feels what's inside the bag.
Okay, so
I was gonna manually set it off, but the stormtrooper took that away from me.
yeah. Well, stormtroopers dig into the bag. 1 second. He kind of shakes his head. Yeah, I could turn them on for them. Sure you wouldn't do that?
Running out of ideas, Michael.
As you wish, boss. And here,
And
flashbang first goes off. At this point, Mraz grabs you, and you fly pretty much right as the explosion goes off. All the stormtrooper holding it, is down on the ground. The other stormtroopers immediately turn around. Some are deafened. The ones who are behind the flash are semi-blind, but the ones to the side and to the front aren't blinded, and their blasters are drawn and they're actually pointed. First, figure out the scene next at you. Now, what is Desert doing?
Well, I was hoping that was going to kill all of them, given that they were all standing next to each other, and Desric and Emrys were the only ones to duck for cover, but...
Well, only the flashbang went off. And I'm just asking what Desric's doing right now.
I thought you said the other ones went off.
Nope, just the flashbang.
Oh. Quickly, Emrys, get to the ship!
And he kind of pushes you back down as 2 more explosions goes off simultaneously. In other words, he set the flashbang off first, and then the frags. Kind of act as a cover to get you guys down. Now
Well, I just thought my backpack, a blaster, and all 3 grenades, but...
yeah,
hopefully
everything
this
in
is gonna
that
be worth it.
backpack is gone. Now I'm just trying to figure out exactly how to roll this, because you don't need to throw it.
And they're all standing around it.
Yes, but again, so are you guys. You're on the ground, yes, but it still has the chance to hit you guys. So
They are explosives, and they tend to go in all directions.
Well, we were supposed to be diving behind cover, but...
there is no cover.
What
You're on a
cover?
road.
There could be a trash can. I don't know.
Shrapnel's gonna go through a trash can, probably. Well, maybe not the futuristic trash can, but
Okay, then I'm spending a destiny point to say that there is some form of hardcover that Emrez and I can duck behind.
Like a
Just-
capillate or something like that.
oh look, boulders.
Or a burnt out car from the rioting.
Boulders works. Boulders works.
Cool. Look, boulders. They appear into existence, and we dive behind them for cover.
Maybe next time make sure there's something there first.
Sorry, improvising here.
Okay, so from their location, the one that grabbed. So the stormtroopers are taken in kind of somewhat of a star, a tight star formation. You got the commander at front, 2 stormtroopers and the back behind Merez to his left and right. 2 stormtroopers pretty much shoulder to shoulder with you, right? So the one that grabbed your backpack was the one guy on the right. And from the way this blast goes off, only 2 of them get hit by it, and that is the one who's holding it and the commander. And they each take, let's go 10 damage, minus other tokens and whatnot.
Hey, Lance, can you use the stormtrooper that's over here to kind of show this?
Yeah, probably set that up.
Just might make it easier to understand what all's going on.
Yeah, you gotta unlock it first. Yeah, just pop down 4 of them. So about like that. This guy grabs the bag. These 2 are the only 2 that get hit by the frags. This guy, and this guy are hit by the flashbang first. So
is there any of the stormtroopers that are completely untouched?
this guy is 100% untouched. Flash didn't get him, frag didn't get him. This guy was only hit by flash. And same with this guy.
Crap. Well, that wasn't as effective as I had hoped for.
But at this point, every one of them are prone.
And so
Merez, after the 2 explosions goes off, Merez is pretty much dragging you away.
Yeah, no, we're running towards the ship.
Oh yeah. Does you better have that ship ready.
Look up.
Yeah, I see it, but the ramp's still up, and there's not exactly any room to land.
Well, Rose can do the floaty thing. Maybe you can too. In any case, Desert gets on his comms. Rose, open or lower the ramp. We're coming up.
No response, but Rose is going to run over and put down the ramp.
Leo, do you mind if I take it for a moment?
By all means.
Okay. Alias going to basically try and hover with sufficient distance that they can get to the ramp.
Like I said, if you come down here, you're gonna get about 10 feet above them. There's before you hit building. So.
Gotcha.
should have waited till we got more out in the field. Damn it. Come here. And Mraz grabs you, Desric. And he wraps his arm, his right arm around under your arm on one side. Grips you tight. Hold on. He leaps into the air effortlessly, even with you beside him, and lands almost perfectly on the ramp. Has to catch his balance. Finally leans forward and pushes you forward. Go on, go, 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 go!
Desric runs up the ramp.
And Mraz is pretty much following you.
As I pass the control panel, I'm going to slap the control panel to shut the ramp.
Ramp is shutting, closing, and closed.
All right, I see Desric.
Get yourself
and...
strapped in. We're jumping immediately. And
I see
Desric runs towards the cockpit.
I see them come up the ramp and stuff.
Probably you were there, I think.
Yeah, you were there to open the ramp.
Yeah, I see him like, what the? Why
I'll
you
deal
here?
with you
And I'm like,
later.
incompetent. All right, and yeah, the ramp comes up and she goes into the cockpit and takes a seat.
Well, it's pretty much full at this point, so Mraz is just hanging on to the door for brace.
Could I tell where they were leading Desric?
As you look out, you see that there is a blockade and what seems to be a command vehicle, ground vehicle, not an air. They seem to be using it as some sort of a makeshift forward base, at least for this area.
Okay, so I got the feeling that if they had gotten him to that position, he probably would have disappeared. At least for a little while. So Leo is looking to Eliana, and once he's sure that Desric is aboard, he's going to go, right, take us away.
Right. And
Away from whatever that is down there.
We need to get into hyperspace as fast as possible.
Yeah, Desric has already jumped. I assume the pilot seat was empty?
No, it is not. She's in
Illy's there.
Yeah, and Leo's in the co-pilot.
So Desric's going to say, excuse me, you're in my seat.
Not right now. Look, what's going on?
What's going on is we're getting out of here before that ISD shows up again.
Less explaining, more hyperspacing. We need to
All right,
go.
let's get...
Move! And
Sure.
Desric is taking the seat.
No, she isn't. She is in the chair, but she will move the throttles and get going.
That's going to be awkward because it's going to be like in the center of the corridor between the two seats.
Sorry, which part?
If she's moving the controls, then the controls is going to be halfway between the two seats.
Yeah, the controls are right between the two seats. Basically, where Desric is standing.
Okay, but ultimately the idea is that she's in the chair.
Well,
The controls should be reachable from that position.
the way I took it is you were moving the controls, as in you were piloting, not moving them towards Desric.
That is the plan. Yeah, like right now, getting out of the chair, we don't have time for this.
Yes, but Desric knows he is by far the best pilot, and this is his ship.
True. She's kind of
But
pissed.
she's adamantly refusing to move. So, the time being,
Are
Get
the
moving,
two of
but-
you still pretty much fighting for control
yeah.
here?
We can get moving, but what about the artifact?
We won't get the chance to find out if it's here or not, thanks to Rose. Now get out of my seat!
Desric, if she can fly it, let her fly it. We need to get out of here now. We can switch in hyperspace.
speaking of, studying the calculations to Felicia.
Already.
Right.
At this point, I'm assuming you guys are going up to breaking atmosphere.
Yeah.
All right, so
Has
Leo's
she made a
sitting in...
piloting check?
there at this point, there's nothing there because you're just flying off. But Leo, you're doing the astrogation. Okay, so make a roll, and this one's going to be a bit more difficult because it's out there.
Yes, it is. But I rolled, and I'm going to take it. It's 3.3.
All right, you're setting in the course, you're plotting it up. Let's see. The comm is going off. And as you begin to break orbit and the atmosphere, you are seeing quite a few patrol vessels and a few fighters come your way, not TIEs. But you're being hailed and they're coming at you.
We are not stopping for anything. Rose, can you man the guns?
It's been a while, but all right. And yeah, she's going to run to the gun.
Leo is entering the comms.
Carillion freighter, stop your engines now.
Please identify yourself.
This is Tanab Security Forces. You will stop your engines or we will fire upon your ship.
Leo, shut that damn comms off, and Desric is reaching to kill the comms.
One sec. No. Leo is going to slap his hands. And he turns his head and goes, "This is my field of expertise. Do not worry."
Desric has had about a damn enough of people telling him what he can and can't do in his own ship.
Drink.
Leo is going to slice the enemy's systems.
And what are you slicing?
I'm slicing. I'm going to slice their systems to attempt to disrupt their systems of the enemy vehicle. With a triumph, I will be able to disable their weapons. Which is why I was saying this is Leo's field of expertise.
Okay, so you are going to reduce one of their defense zones unless you roll a triumph.
No.
Unsuccessful check, reduce the defense of one zone on the target vehicle for one round.
That's
slice enemy
not
systems.
the right one. That's not what it says. Oh wait, yes it does. Sorry.
I was about to say. I'm staring at it.
I was reading the description rather than the what it said on the successful attack. Anyway.
You were saying?
Oh hell yeah!
That's 2 triumphs.
Solid 5 success, 2 triumphs.
Yep.
This makes up for me not being able to find Desric earlier.
That's true. Wait, so does that mean you do 2 systems or just 1 still?
I'm assuming that I can choose 2 separate fighters to disable their weapons.
Well, you disable a single weapon per triumph. And which vehicle are you slicing? You actually never stated.
The fighters that are coming towards us. So I'm assuming they're going to be the ones that are intercepting us. So yeah, that's what I'm intending to do.
Okay.
Ellie's going to try and turn away from the fighters for now, try and keep some distance.
Yeah, there's about a squad of 8 fighters coming your direction. They are civilian grade. Well, not civilian grade, but non-military, but defense force issue.
Quick question on the Skylark's weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They are turret mounted, right? They're not locked forward.
Yes, they're turrets, but because it's makeshift, they're not that great.
That's what I was concerned about.
And they're remote controlled. Because there's no oxygen in the turret.
Yeah, basically you'll take a setback for every roll.
I'm assuming someone in the back can do that.
Yeah, Rose went to the weapons console.
Weapons console is actually in the cockpit.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I go back to the cockpit and man the weapons console.
Really hope I don't have to shoot anyone else down today.
Unfortunately, I do not have models for these ships. Well, the ones attacking you, at least.
What ships are they?
Well, like I said, they're just non-imperial, non-military, local forces, security.
Oh, so they're basically just a.
Maybe like R41s or something.
Maybe.
Well, anyway,
Has anyone started making the calculations for the jump?
Leo.
You
I
was
already
doing that
did that.
before we broke atmosphere.
that was the very first thing that I did.
I'm actually looking to see if there is anything here, but it seems to be mostly Imperial and Rebellion.
Yeah. To be perfectly honest, I don't think there are that many civilian fighters besides the ones that are used by the Huts.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing those in here.
They could just be nondescript fighters of.
Well, I'm talking
Okay.
in ship mini figurines.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, there's no figurines.
all right.
Maybe we don't need them for the moment. Hopefully.
Yeah, I could throw some little fighters in there. Alright, where's the Skylark card?
In front of.
Yep, you got it.
Alright, so actually I think its damage on this thing is about that of an X-Wing. Damage 6, critical 3, close range. But it's only a pair, so it has just a link of 2.
Good enough.
Alright. So like I said, there's about 8 of these things. Pretty much just on the tail of the Skylark.
Okay. Ellie's gonna push as much as we can, considering she never got a chance to install the upgrades.
Yeah, there's a big difference in speed. They are quickly catching you.
Just
Sooner
get
we
us.
can leave, the better.
Yes, just get us out of the gravity well, and we will be golden.
Desert's going to take one look at the sensors. Unless you suddenly went from engineering to evasive maneuvers, get the hell out of my seat and get back to the engines. We're going to need you on the engineering.
Fine. She will relinquish controls and scoot for the engineering section.
Mara, strap yourself in or make yourself useful. This is going to get hot and heavy.
I'm more of a ground combatant, and he sits down and straps in. The first group is arriving on you. In 3 turns, you can jump.
Okay.
Which
As soon as
means
they enter weapons range, Desric wants to take evasive maneuvers.
Alright, you have evasive maneuvers.
are we having to roll initiative for this?
Yeah,
yeah, I was about
but
to say,
since he said this before they got right around the time they got in weapons range, that hasn't gone. So, initiative roll, everyone. Well, yeah, whoever gets the highest initiative roll will work for the group.
Sorry, what's the roll for initiative for space battles?
It's
Vigilance.
It's the
Same.
same, except in this case. For this case, it's vigilance. They roll their pool.
I rolled 3 advantage.
Yeah, they use 1.3.
Could I make an argument for cool since I knew they were pursuing me?
No, because the whole situation was out of the blue.
Crap. 1 success.
Okay, it seems Leo is gonna potentially save the day. 2.4.
All right, we're going with Leo's rolls. So, Skylark, NPC.
So the first thing I want to do is take the evasive maneuvers.
You took that just before the need to roll.
Okay, then... What can I do here? They are faster than me,
Ooh, yeah.
so gain advantage won't work. Plot court,
Uh,
astigation, or perception.
Overkill.
No. What's up?
Given that I am the co-pilot, and I could do the co-piloting stuff, I could make your check easier.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because I don't want you rolling something that could be potentially very, very difficult, and when I can make it easy for you. So,
Nope, sounds good. Go for it.
okay, co-piloting is a piloting check. Okay. Average difficulty. Yeah, I can do this. 3.3.
All right, what was that roll again? I was.
Co-piloting is piloting check with 2 pebbles. Is this one down?
Look at
No
2 purple.
Each success downgrades the difficulty of the pilot's next piloting check by 1. Well, each
successful.
cancelled. Yeah.
Okay. And what is Desert going to do then?
Can I do the punch it maneuver to try and put more distance between us?
That just takes you to the maximum speed. At this point, you're already at your maximum speed. I took it as the whole get us.
The actions that
I took it as more than just the pilot can do it. Because it says not pilot only, which...
So what does this gain the advantage? Outmaneuver the enemy vehicle. Only the pilot can take this action. So they are... I'm slower than them. How much slower am I?
By 2.
So that's a 4 purple difficulty roll against my piloting skill. Is that piloting... We're in space. That's
Yep,
piloting space. And what did the co-pilot just do for that roll?
And reduce the difficulty.
So it would be 3 purples instead of 4 purples.
Based on his uncancelled success. For each uncanceled success, he reduces the difficulty by 1.
How many uncanceled success did you have?
I don't know. Zeke hasn't told me.
Okay. Well, then I think I'm going to do gain the advantage. So Zeke will
Apparently,
reduce the...
no additional benefits from additional success.
In what? Sorry. In gain the advantage.
Yes, and gain the advantage. There's nothing for any extra success.
All right. I got 3.3 and gain the advantage.
All right.
So we do not... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Hold on. So you quickly begin to do some maneuvers right as they get within firing range. Before they even get a chance to lock on and confirm a lock to shoot, you're moving. And they're sticking as a group together, but they're faster. They're technically more maneuverable, but you know this ship inside and out. It's your ship. And you've done this before. Quite often.
Yes, much
you take
more
the advantage. And they're going to have a hard time hitting you, but you're going to have an easy time hitting them.
Very good.
That was the pilot's action. And the co-pilot's action.
So that's 2 NPCs aboard the Skylark have taken action.
2 PCs, not NPCs.
Or sorry, 2 PCs aboard the Skylark have taken action.
How close are they behind us?
They're in close range.
Okay, so I can fire on them?
Yep. And they can fire on you.
I'm going to fire at the closest one. And I'm going to take 2 strain, which I've already done. 2.
Except I was using...
Okay, that works.
How many advantage did you say you had?
3. What did you roll?
Okay, so that got canceled. So you take a shot, and how many successes did you hit?
4.
Okay, so 6, 10. So you do 10. You hit him. You do 10 damage. You take 1 off the field. You also managed to clip a few others.
Yeah. Sweet.
Not heavily, just minorly. All right. Take it Illy doesn't have too much to do.
Not really. We haven't taken any damage. She's not really in the position to angle deflector shields, I don't think. That's up in the cockpit.
I'm pretty sure she can do that from engineering.
I was about to say, you should be able to do that from engineering.
All right, then yeah, she'll do that. So she'll put the shields to the back.
All right, double rear.
And yeah, she kind of slams her fist in frustration when she hears the guns go off.
So they're just blasting all around you. Grr. No, I don't like that sound.
There should be a second. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but that's tie and not, not tie. Yeah, the other sounds disappeared. Well, we'll use those for now for the enemy. They miss every shot. Your advantage has been really hard to overcome. Now, sorry, I hear that, Jonas. And
yeah, not cool.
I did hear everything. I was just running around trying to find something to deal with the wasp.
oh shit. So the group coming in, they pick up on your evasive maneuvers and your tactical flying. and they use their superior speed and maneuver.
And this point, I would have to take evasive maneuvers again.
No, you stay in evasive maneuvers. You'd have to take gain advantage.
Again.
3.2.
Okay. That's
All
the
right, so
co-pilot's turn.
I'm gonna take gain advantage. Oh, not good. 1.5. 1 success, 5 advantage.
Okay. So, the second group suddenly got you worried, came in, caught on to you, and you tried to outmaneuver them, but the first group just seems to cut you off. As they come in directly in on target, and you can't seem to get the advantage over them. They're just swarming you too much.
Do I have any extra advantage that I could pass off to the next player?
1.
So I'm going to call out on the comms to Rose. I can't shake them. I'll try to line you up for a better shot.
Easy as, and yeah, she's going to fire at the already damaging group.
I think they get a turn first.
Nope.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Sweet.
So I get a blue from Desric. I'm going to double aim again. Suffer that 2 strain. And I'm going to go fire. And probably missed completely. 1.4.
Ooh. To quote a certain Gungan, ouch time.
You fire in all directions. They are pretty much coming for you in all directions, but they split up. Just one goes this way, one goes that way, one goes this way, and then they just to dodge a shot, and then they again converge, coming straight down.
Yep, there goes that.
And it's their turn again.
I was gonna say, does Illy have a shot yet, or action?
Yes.
Okay, she's going to make a mechanics check, and she's gonna boost the shields.
All right. Boost shields.
Not bad.
2.2.
Okay. So for 2 rounds, one facing of your choice is increased by 1. But at this point, they're all over you.
Yeah. I think under the circumstances, getting some additional power to the forward shields would be a good thing.
Okay. It'll last for 2 turns, and you cannot switch the boost to different facing.
All right.
And by the way, the ship takes 1 strain from that, but it also took a strain from Leo smashing it into the side of the starport.
Do we have a counter for the ship strain somewhere?
Not at the moment. Now, do we have my criticals fixed for now, right?
What?
I'm asking because I'm going to use that to track our strain in the meantime. She had that critical way back when that was healed, and I think I was supposed to get rid of it, and I never did. So.
There's this thing.
Okay, that works.
Yeah,
And
I
so
think the
the
doc killed
system
her.
threshold is 15.
So you should only have taken 2 strain.
Okay, and we took one getting off the ground too.
No, that was including that. 1 from getting off the ground, 1 from your maneuver.
And one from somebody else. I think it was something Leo did. Ship suffers 1 strain for.
That was what I already said that. It's only lost 2 strain right now.
Okay.
Okay. So now it's time for the fighters to have their move.
Gee, I hope those fighters work like minions and not as 6 individual.
They're a group.
Oh, question.
Hmm.
When Rose uses the weapons, is she firing both of them at the same time, or is she just using one?
If she gets enough advantage, she gets a linked.
Okay, so we have one potentially.
It only has a
turret that's
link of
not
1.
being fired.
Well, there's 2
Right.
turrets, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
top
this
turret and
is-
the bottom turret. That's where the link comes in.
Right, yeah, but what I'm saying is that when Rose is using one of the turrets, she's only firing one, which means the other one is free to be fired by someone else. Is what I'm thinking.
She's at the only weapons console for them.
Oh, so essentially, we only have one weapon currently, but it has
There's 1 top, 1 bot, and
Right, but
they're
they're not
linked up to
separate.
as 1. Yeah.
So they can't be controlled separately the way they're currently installed.
Yeah.
If we wanted to control the turrets independently, we'd have to make modifications to the ship.
That's going on the list.
Yep.
Okay.
But soundproofing for the refresher comes first.
Good lord, this thing's got quite a few things.
Oh yeah.
I don't like it when he says things like that.
I gotta
It means
choose which shot I'm using.
Yeah, it means he's triggered a whole bunch of abilities that are going to make us go ouch.
Yeah, Hilly can earn her keep, I guess.
Oh yeah, and don't think Desric's going to let that not giving up the captain seat thing go.
Jeez.
I
He's
would
not letting
expect
a lot of
nothing
things
less.
go.
Forward mounted twin lasers, forward mounted ion cannons, forward mounted photons, forward mounted concussion missile launchers. Yeah.
Like I said, these aren't usually a civilian model, so
Yeah, I'm taking out the missile launchers and the ion cannons. That's just crazy.
yeah, these are the fighters that if the Huts went to war, this is what they would be using.
Ha, yeah. Okay, so
Somehow the
actually-
planetary police got a major upgrade.
so they slam dead end into the Skylark's front shield. They cut off the Skylark from the front. And let me get you another counter. They end up doing 6 damage.
Is that 6 damage after the shields or 6 damage before shields?
The shields just reduce the chance to be hit. They don't reduce damage.
Oh.
Yeah, the shields give setbacks to attacks, whereas armor is the one that reduces the damage taken.
So it's 10 flush damage. Minus the Skylark's, or 6, I'm sorry, 6 damage. So Skylark has 3 armor, so you only take 3 damage.
Cool.
And that was the first group. Second group time. Okay, so they got enough to activate a critical.
Oh crap.
So the Skylark will take 9 damage.
Ow.
So that's 6 after our armor.
Yep, and I rolled low on the crit, 22.
So you know that vehicle crit that you were talking about?
Losing power to shields.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. I mean, we just have to survive this next round and we'll be fine.
Let's see. Decrease defense in affected zone by 1 until the critical hit is repaired. If the ship or vehicle has no defense, suffer 1 point of system drain.
So we had 1 point to the front and 2 points to the back.
Yep, so now the front has no shields.
All right, that last hit took out our forward shields.
And it's back to player's turn.
Are we in completely like open space?
Yep, and at this point, the patrol ships are coming into view. They're already in view, but they were ahead of you, and they're going to cut you off. But they're outside weapons range.
All right, so we need to get around them. Suggestions.
Try spinning. That's a good trick.
I don't know. I feel like we're kind of going to have to go through the same routine again just to survive this round. Co-piloting, gain advantage, and then fight out to just survive long enough so we can make the jump. Because I don't think there's no way we can really escape them. We have to fight them off long enough, keep them at bay long enough that we can make the jump. And there's nowhere really to run to or no terrain that we can use to take advantage of cover. So we just kind of have to fight it out and survive long enough that we can jump. Because I don't think any of these ships should be equipped with hyperdrives, and they won't be able to calculate where we've jumped to.
Very true.
And I am so glad you did not score within the 64 to 72 point range.
All right, I'll do a co-piloting check. I was mildly considering slicing the communications, but I'm not sure what that would do right now.
Oh, Lance, you evil man. Don't say things like that. You made me go and read them, and I start reading them like, no.
What was the range? I'm curious.
64 to 72.
Navi
why is
computer
there
failure.
a gunship on the table?
Because that's what's ahead of you.
No one mentioned a gunship.
He said a patrol ship.
Well, it's hard to find anything. There's not that many cards.
I mean, that works.
Honestly, I was trying to find just a CR90, honestly.
I mean, yeah, or an IPv1 would have done, but that too.
We could just basically say what it is, and
Wait,
that's what it
what?
is.
Oh, there is the CR90. My bad.
Yeah. I mean, given the choice, I might prefer the DP. I mean,
Yeah, let's just say there's one of each. So
Stop helping, Leo.
DP to the starboard, a Corvette to the port. The Corvette's about as fast
crap.
as you, and is actually
Yeah,
trying
it's
to
another
move
relic.
ahead of you, but the DP is a tad bit faster, so it's on an intercept course.
Okay, we need to lose some of these fighters and get the hell out.
all right.
Corvette and gunship inbound. We need to shake a few of these fighters and make the jump. Leo, how much longer till the jump's ready?
Just a few more minutes.
Don't
And
have
then
a
we'll
few
be back.
minutes.
Well, there isn't much I can do about that.
Okay, so
Just
have you
background
rolled your
sounds.
co-piloting?
Yes. I rolled a 2.3 on my co-piloting check.
It's a 3 difficulty, right?
2 difficulty.
Yeah, there it is.
And
What
then
was
my
it?
difficult. Go ahead.
What was Jonas's?
2.3.
I don't think the advantage and threat really take advantage in this one, do they?
I don't
No.
think so.
Okay, so
I
what?
I mean,
if
other
I'm-
than maybe making suffer strain or recovering strain.
Nah, not for this. If anything, it would be more against Leo, not instead of the ship.
Yes,
he
that's
meant.
what I meant. Was Leo could suffer strain or recover strain as the co-pilot.
Do I have any advantage left?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so what's Desert doing? Gain advantage?
Gain advantage in my difficulties based on the outcome of his roll.
Yep.
And that is a 4.2.
Huh, I just thought of something. I can always add, for every advantage left over, he gets a boost, and for every threat left over, he gets a setback. If you'd rather do it that way.
Oh, that would be interesting too.
Yeah. And what'd you get?
4.2. 4 success, 2 advantage.
Well, you start piloting the ship like crazy, and completely random. Very hard to pinpoint what you're doing. You're going all over the place. The fighters chasing you can't seem to figure out what the hell is going on, and with your weaving and bombing and them trying to stay on you, they have to suddenly break off and reform, otherwise they slam into each other. So now you're using them as kind of like makeshift asteroids. They have to be careful of each other in order to get a shot on you, and you're just using their numbers to your advantage. So you end up taking the advantage. Unfortunately, you're pushing the ship way, way, way too hard. You know what? I forgot that the YT has a natural -1 to handling, so that is a setback. So let me see what a setback rolls. How many successes you say you had? 4?
4.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about it because there's apparently nothing extra success to do. So yeah, you take 1 system strain for pushing her to her limits, but you gain the advantage.
So we should have 3 system strain now.
Yep.
Lance.
Yep.
Cool.
And
do I have any extra advantage to pass off to the next player?
No, because you took strain.
Ah, gotcha.
And I do believe this round Ileana's shield boost goes offline. So you have 0, 4, and 1 aft.
Yeah. Ellie is going to flip a destiny point and boost the shields again with an upgraded roll.
Okay, because of the critical, since it does affect shields, I'm going to add a setback.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 advantage.
How many success?
3.
And 7 advantage.
Yep, that's correct.
Well, you go into the systems. You muck about, reroute the power. Unfortunately, whatever the crit has done, the power is flooding through the conduits of the forward shield, which is offline, and it's just being vented.
Crap.
But
Okay.
you have 5 advantage left over.
Okay.
Make it rain.
This will
What's that?
only help personal player level, not ship level.
I was gonna say, make it rain on top.
Yeah, pretty much. All of it is going over to tough.
Okay. Tough gets 5 boosts, whatever.
Do I get 5 boosts?
5 boosts.
That doesn't seem right, but
That's
Whatever
a
you
lot of
do,
blue die.
don't roll blanks.
well,
Yeah.
I'm aiming. So 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4 success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 advantage. 4.7.
Lucky number 7.
And these things do what? 6 damage. Okay, so all I rolled was a single threat. So you do 10 damage. And how many success did you say you had? 1, 2, 3, 4,
So it'd be
5,
9
6,
damage.
7, 8. 8.
Trigger linked.
Oh yeah, I'm bloody triggering the linked. Getting that closest group to us and smashing it out.
Roll again.
Wait, do I have to roll again? I thought it was just the same damage.
I thought you had to roll again for the linked.
Sorry.
No,
It's
that's
I think it's just
auto
double
fire.
what you roll.
Okay, what Jonas you say?
Yeah, that was auto fire. Linked does the same damage. The number of times equal to rating, so that's another 2 hits.
Yeah, I'm trying to calculate the damage here because he already had 2 points of damage. So that means
So
4
do,
points
what,
was left
9
over the last
or 8
time.
damage?
Hold on.
Do I do 8 or 9 damage?
Hold on.
Start. 6.
It's counted as a second attack, so the second attack will hit their armor. Alright, you end up wiping the first group.
Hells yeah.
Nice work, Rose.
And I do believe that was everyone's go.
Yep.
Yep.
So I guess they get a turn and then we jump.
You better hope they don't take out your engines.
Don't say things like that.
I'm the GM. Of course I'm going to say things like that.
It's got a whole lot of red there to work with, too.
Oh, and I've been using it.
Damn it.
Okay.
And he just used it again.
Might as well. I have a whole pool.
So,
You know, I think this episode we've used more Destiny points than like the whole rest of the season combined.
Okay, so after the destruction of that one, they come in, and they're coming in hard for your front section, which has no shields. And woo. End up doing 6 damage. So Skylark takes another 3 points of damage.
Okay, Ellie's gonna have to shift her priorities.
At this point, they don't get enough advantage to target a crit, but they can still get enough damage to smack the engine a bit. And basically what that would mean for a turn, you're a little slower, but it's too late. Skylark is gone.
Oh, holy crap.
alrighty, Leo is going to immediately get out of the cockpit, the co-pilot seat, and go running off to the engines. Not the engines, the shield generator.
Yeah, everything's sparking.
Yeah, Desric's gonna get this ship into a stable orbit and start doing system checks.
We're in hyperspace.
Hyperspace.
Oh, sorry, duh.
So yeah,
damage control.
yeah, Leo is going to head immediately to the shield generator and try and fix this critical injury. To the
Right. Ellie's gonna be working on the engine.
Hey, FYI,
Well.
it is 10 o'clock, so I know Jonas.
I can push for a little bit more.
It's a good time to stop. You're in hyperspace, heading straight for Felucia after your second planetary shootout blast off. But
Like
this
I'm having some
time,
deja vu.
yeah, but this time, you picked up a friend to come along.
Oh,
Yeah, not
completely
entirely
forgot
by
about him.
choice.
You kind of invited him.
Yeah, well, under the circumstances. He did help break me out of prison when my crew didn't.
Well, nobody knew where you were.
Really? Yeah. And when asked, you did not answer.
Ask what?
She asked multiple times where you were, and you were too busy saying, "Not now."
Because it didn't matter where I was coming from, it mattered where we were going.
True. I'm just saying.
Anyways, with that, we're gonna go ahead and end today's session. Sorry about the late start again. When at some point we'll have a 5 to 9 session Central Time. On time. Eventually, yeah, we're gonna have one on time.
Don't go making promises you can't keep.
Promises I'm gonna try to keep. Either ways, thanks everyone so much for watching. Tune in next week for another episode. Till then, see you guys later.